Hello everyone, so I have Mr. Bowie here with me today, and I'm going to be changing him out of this really cute Janie and Jack sailboat romper into this cute little Magnolia Baby one piece slash, what's it called, gown. I couldn't think of the word. So yeah, it could either be a gown or it could be kind of like a sleeper, just depending on how you want to snap it. I'm not sure how I want to put it on him, so I might kind of like play with that while we are talking about our topic for today. And this topic has kind of been brought up quite a few times when YouTube was changing their policies to try to make YouTube safer for kids. That part is kind of debatable, and I'm not really going to be talking about that in this video. But I am going to be talking about should we sort of alter our content with kind of the knowledge of kids are watching, right? And this video is going to be a little all over the place because it was kind of just something that popped in my head while I was doing something completely different. I have been still crocheting quite a bit, and if you guys do want to see any of my crocheted projects, you can go over to my Instagram page for my art, which is Visionary Visit, and so I have lots of cute pictures of all my creations there. But anyway, while I've been crocheting, I've been watching like a lot of like mystery and true crime and everything like that. And I came across a really interesting story that I was not aware about at all, and that's kind of how Glitter Forever 17, I'm just messing everything up today. Glitter Forever 17, I think, is her YouTube channel name. I'll put the video that I'm kind of talking about down below. But I watched a lot of her YouTube craft tutorials when she was first coming out, and then I kind of forgot about her afterwards. But apparently kind of what had happened is a lot of kids were really interested in these crafting videos, and so she was kind of catering them to kids. Like the thumbnails were very bright and fun and kind of cartoony, I would say, and she had like little skits in the front and everything, but as kind of, you know, people weren't as interested in the crafting world on YouTube anymore, she did start to lose quite a bit of following and tried to do like a lot of these kind of crazy, bold videos in order to, you know, boost her channel again. However, a lot of these videos that she was doing were kind of inappropriate themes for kids, and a lot of people were very angry about it. And, you know, her response was, you know, like, I am not your child's parent, you need to parent your own kids. And if you don't want them watching me, then you need to monitor what they watch. And while like I sort of get that claim, a lot of the things that she was putting on her channel was like just very, very inappropriate, like themes of, you know, abortion and murder and decapitation and like all of this really intense, crazy stuff that kids shouldn't be exposed to, right? And so you know, when kids are kind of expecting one thing, or parents are kind of expecting one thing, and then they get like a whole nother thing, I feel like in a way that's like, it's just inappropriate, right? And so I feel like in this instance, you know, that wasn't okay, and, you know, she's had a really hard time kind of coming back from that. But I was like kind of thinking about it in terms of Reborns, because as a Reborn channel, I've always known that children are watching my videos. My little sister watches my videos sometimes, and I know that there are a lot of kids out there that are interested in dolls, and so this sort of hobby does attract some children viewers. So does it mean, like, should we be, you know, kind of gearing our choice of words and the themes that we talk about to kind of be like appropriate for children? And I mean, of course, like, we're not going to be like adding, well, I shouldn't say of course, most of the time we are not going to be adding like themes of, you know, murder or abortion, or I don't know, probably not. There are some channels out there that have done some very questionable and inappropriate things that have even like disgusted adults out there. So that's how you know that, the content is really not okay to be putting on YouTube. But there are like certain things that have been debated in the past, like, should we be, using colorful or foul language? I know that there are some YouTube channels that have reborns that do that. Another kind of topic that I'm going to get a little bit deeper into in just a minute is like, if your dolls are anatomically correct, either, it's a full body silicone, full vinyl, reborn, or it just has a belly plate, like, should you be showing that on YouTube knowing that other children are watching? I mean, I wouldn't exactly say like a nude doll or like a nude baby is super inappropriate, but like still, is that really content that we should be putting out there? So I think that, I really don't think that like the language thing is a big deal, because if your child, and I'm sure parents are going to disagree with me, and that's okay. I think that everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and that's totally fine. But I think when it comes to foul language, kids hear that everywhere. Like, I remember one time when my little sister was like very little, someone at Walmart like said the F word or whatever, and like she already knew it was a bad word, and she was only like 4 or 5. So I feel like kids are just gonna be exposed to that, and I feel like you would have to shelter your kid quite a bit for your child to not hear those words. Like, even in school, when I was in elementary school, like I think one of the kids like cussed a teacher out, like as a kid, especially if you go to public school, like you totally are just gonna hear that sort of content. So I don't really, I have kind of chosen not to put any foul language in my videos, just because I just don't feel like it's really necessary. Like, I feel like I don't really get like heated enough to where I feel like I need to like cuss about a topic. But like some people, it's just their style of language, and just, it's kind of who they are. They want to talk more colorfully, and I don't think that's a huge problem. And I do kind of think that there is a point that if parents are worried about what their children are watching, they should monitor them. They shouldn't expect content creators on YouTube to, specifically do things that they would find like acceptable for their children, if that makes sense. So as I was kind of saying before, there are some parents who do not want, I am now confused, oh, there we go, who do not want their kids to hear cuss words. And so they should, be very closely monitoring what they are doing, what they're hearing on YouTube, if they don't want that. And, like if it's a little bit more strict. However, like, I don't think that we should be putting things on YouTube that are so mature concepts that it would even kind of like make an adult feel a little uncomfortable, so especially if they're not expecting it, right? So I think that there should definitely be like content warnings, like if you are going to talk about something that is a very mature concept, I do think that you should definitely warn people ahead of time, so that they know kind of what is going to be discussed, and so that if parents are kind of monitoring their kids, they know what the video is going to be about, right? But anyway, look at how cute he looks in this little one piece. I like it as this, but I'm kind of curious to see what it would look like as a gown as well, so I'm just going to kind of play with that a little bit while I talk a little bit more about the other subject that I brought up of just, like, is it okay to kind of show your full body silicone without anything covering their bits? And to be completely honest with you, I just don't think it's necessary to show that, if that makes sense. Like, I think that it's good for artists if they're trying to sell a doll to show it so that you kind of know what to expect if you're getting a doll or if you're buying a doll. But just to put it on the the YouTube for the mass public, I've always just kind of felt like it was a little bit unnecessary. Like, it doesn't bother me, right? Like, it's just a baby, but at the same time, like, you know, I don't know, it just doesn't feel super necessary to me, and that's totally fine. Like, if you want to put that on YouTube, then that's totally your choice. But, like, I guess the question that I brought up is, like, you know, is it inappropriate for children? I guess not. I don't know. I just feel like it's a little bit unnecessary. Maybe that's, like, all I'm sort of getting at. Oh, this is kind of cute, too. I will admit that I think when I did one of my full body silicone videos, you might have been able to kind of see, like, a little bit of my silicone dolls bits, because I wasn't very good at editing back then, and I think it's, like, one of my most viewed videos, so that kind of makes me, like, a little bit anxious. So yeah, I guess I'm kind of being a hypocrite. I don't know. I think that one's actually, like, a really hard one to debate either way, so I kind of want to know your guys' opinions on that. And if you are a parent, like, kind of how do you feel about, you know, your kids watching, like, certain things? Like, do you think that, you know, it's not okay for people to just randomly start cussing on YouTube? If it's kind of, like, if they know that kids are watching, do you think it's okay to show, you know, baby bits? I'd like to kind of hear it from, like, a parent's point of view, because I am obviously not a parent, and, you know, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't really know how to feel about that. And yeah, I think that everyone's parenting style is just so different too. So I think that, you know, a lot of that starts to play in, which is why I think a lot of people kind of say, like, you know, if you're worried about your child seeing something that, or hearing something that you don't want them to hear, or seeing something that you don't want to see, you do need to monitor that a little bit more closely. Which, like I said, I agree with to a certain degree. Like I said, if you make toy unboxing videos and then you start talking about murdering people in the next video without really any big warning, that's kind of an issue. But as long as it's not an extreme, I honestly don't think it's as big of a deal. Oh my goodness. I don't know why, but in this baby blue outfit, his hair looks more blonde. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys can kind of tell that too. Oh my goodness, he is just so cute. As you guys could tell, I did like it more as kind of the one piece jumper style. A little bit better. The gown was cute too, but it just wasn't like as cinched on the leg part as I wanted it to be. So I think we're going to keep it like that. And I put this on him so I can go snuggle him later, because I am definitely in the mood for some Reborn snuggles. He's just looking adorable. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and feel free to have some healthy and good discussions down below. I would love to hear different opinions, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye everyone.